Section 9.2.1 Web Vulnerabilities Part 2. A cookie is a small packet of data created by the web server and stored on the user's computer with information like user preferences, reference data, or a session ID. There are two types of cookies used to track session data. The first type is the persistent cookie. With this type of cookie, websites set an expiration date. The average persistent cookie life is 30 days. But for users with profile information for that website, the expiration date will be much longer. Non-persistent cookies are a little different. Websites do not set an expiration date for this type of cookie. The cookie only lasts until the browser is closed. An example of a non-persistent cookie could be an e-commerce site where the user puts items in a cart without logging in. The items will stay in that cart for a period of time or until the browser is closed, because that non-persistent cookie is meant to be useful for only a short period of time. Have you ever noticed that there are some websites that consistently ask you to approve the cookies for that website? The GDPR, or General Data Protection Regulation Law, was passed by the European Union in 2018. Those non-stop cookie pop-ups are due to this rule requiring websites to inform you about tracking and get consent to install cookies. While their technical jurisdiction is only EU countries, because the internet is global, almost all websites comply with the GDPR regulations to avoid any issues or accidentally incurring fines. Websites have become extremely invested in using cookies, as they not only provide a method for session IDs, but also keep track of preferences, track browsing activities for help in targeting ads, and in some cases, even hold credit card or password information. Cookies are a method of authenticating users to the website. When a user authenticates themselves on a website, the browser is given a cookie and uses it as a token so the website can track activity while they are visiting the different pages of a website. This creates problems, as websites are not moving away from cookies despite their use by hackers as an attack vector. The original authentication transaction is encrypted, but the exchange of the cookies is typically not encrypted. Websites keep trying to make cookies more secure, but hackers keep coming up with ways to bypass those measures because cookies are just such a great target and they can be easily intercepted and stolen. A stolen authentication cookie can be used to access the user's personal pages on websites they have visited, like Facebook, or even a banking website. A proxy is a common method of attacking session management like cookies. Intercepting proxies is an application that is configured to sit between the client browser and a web server. The proxy application is set up so that it intercepts all browser activity before it is encapsulated and sent out on the internet. By intercepting cookies or passwords, the hacker can either learn information or even change the data. It is used as an adversary in the middle to allow interception and modification of all traffic between the two systems. Examples of intercepting proxy applications are Burp Suite or OWASP Zap. These tools can be used for good by web developers or bad by threat actors. They can be used to capture cookies or session IDs, to reuse later, investigate how a web server formats their cookies so you can forge one, or intercept a cookie to change a parameter like password or user privileges. Do you have a preferred browser? Do you use the same browser on your phone? Do you know the last time your browser was updated? Here are some tips to keep you safe with your browser. Ensuring you have the most up-to-date browser is the most important way to keep yourself and your devices safe while you are online. While you are using your device, don't use the browser while logged on locally with an admin level account. Don't click on questionable ads or clickbait stories, or go to questionable websites like torrent download sites. It will also help to turn on the pop-up blocker to avoid some of those questionable ads. Reduce adding extensions. Many provide valuable features like Grammarly, LastPass, or AdBlock, but they could impact security since they are third-party add-ons to your browser. There can be extensions added to your browser you may have forgotten you installed or don't need anymore. It is worth checking to see what you have and removing extensions you no longer need. Use the browser security settings to restrict or limit scripts and cookies. Always remember that no browser is 100% safe. Where you go and what you click on matters more than the browser selection or settings. Always remember that no browser is 100% safe. Where you go and what you click on matters more than the browser selection or settings.